Hello and welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John, where in each episode we'll stroll down the Macintosh memory lane. We'll discuss older Macintosh computers, collecting all things related to the Mac and Apple computer, and current topics from the perspective that only a couple of old Mac fans can provide.
Good morning, John.
Good morning, James. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am quite well.
Check 1, 2. A little louder, Gary. All right.
One word.
Thank you for this. All right. Yes, we're back. Here, let's record the real show.
Yeah, sure.
We don't want to waste any of this.
Gold, yes.
Yes. Right. All right, let's go in. Wait a minute. Where am I? All right. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the RetroMacCast with James and John. This is episode 610 for April 10th, 2022. Good morning, John.
Good morning, James. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So
You're
if you
good?
can hear a little
Okay.
bit of fan noise in the background, it's because
Uh-oh.
I wanted to have my G4 up and running, because it's the same G4 that's on the cover of this week's topic.
The
which
same
is,
one. That's
Mac
amazing.
Addict. The same exact one. Yes, I
Hmm.
grabbed a time machine, went to the photo studio where they shot that cover, and swiped it.
Nice.
Yes, the police should be here any minute. Time police. Time police should be here any minute.
Well, it's been a few weeks. We were off. I was out of town for a bit. Down to see the mouse
Aha.
in Orlando. Well, I skated by there. I didn't really partake, but I was
Oh,
over
okay.
in-
You know, I've never been to Disney.
Oh, oh my gosh!
Never been. I went to
That is
Universal
kind of
Studios once, and that's
bonkers.
it. I know,
You've
right?
never been to Disney.
Yeah.
Like that just blows my mind. I mean, because of the other things that you've done, right? I mean, you've only been to Comic-Con like 1,000 times.
Dragon Con, yeah.
That show
Mhm.
and this show, but never. Are you not?
Never
Your wife not
Disney.
Disney fans?
No, I would love to go. I would love to go
Oh.
see some of the, of course, with the Star Wars stuff now. But
Sure.
I've never, I'm not I was never like a big Mickey Mouse
Yes.
fan. I was definitely more of a
there's
Warner Brothers Bugs
Epcot
Bunny
and
team. But
Animal
yeah,
Kingdom,
Epcot, and, right,
and-
exactly. And
Yeah, all
I
that
really
stuff.
do.
Anyway.
And
Wow.
my wife definitely
Gosh.
wants us to go at some point. But yep.
At some point. You get around to it. All right. Well, gosh. I think we just need to stop the show so you can go. I really do. I think that's criminal. We only live, it's a 6-hour drive from here, but okay. All right. Well,
I'm just saying Atlanta's closer. For Dragon Con.
oh, yes, Atlanta. Well, you need to go, and even
Yeah.
to the Magic Kingdom, you need to experience the Magic Kingdom at least once in your life.
Sure.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm going to keep bugging you until you do some of that. All right. Let's see. Today's show, we are going to time capsule it back to April of 2002 in Mac Addict magazine. Yeah. See, look at that. Even people from Australia have gone. That's a little bit of a further journey to get there. So shame on you. All right. I guess we'll be back with some eBay finds. Okay.
Starbuck Tech. It's a 2-hour drive to Disney. Nice.
Mhm. All
I
right,
think
let's-
probably trying to escape all their cats. We had quite the discussion about cats.
Yeah.
I see in the tech in the messages. Yep.
All right.
We
Let's
have
go.
for the record,
Yeah,
we have five
What?
cats.
5 cats
5 cats
as of this moment.
as of this moment.
Okay. Like you have 5 that you actually are responsible for,
Yes.
because there's a bunch more running around the neighborhood. You don't claim.
Right. Yeah, we do not. I mean, the cats that we do have were basically strays that we caught found homes for the kittens, got them fixed, and then just
Mm-hmm.
kept the moms because
Mm-hmm.
it's very hard to find homes for full-grown cats.
Mm-hmm.
Kittens, much easier.
All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1. All right, it's time for the eBay finds. A couple weeks ago, we had that this original Mac selling guide, right? Really awesome. What happened to this? I lost out on it. Did Michael wind up getting this? Did he get this and upload this? Did I miss that? I think he did. Didn't he? I don't know. He'll tell us here in a second. What did that go for? $43?
Not bad at
Not
all,
bad
really,
at all.
considering what it
No.
was.
Right. Okay. And then let's see what else we have. We had the the original, the 512. This was a 512. And this one was working. And did it sell? Nope. Listings no longer available. Item is no longer available. So don't know what happened to that one. They wanted $300 for that. All right. And then the snail poster from
I love that.
with the Pentium 2 stuck on its back.
Mm-hmm.
That one's still available. Buy it now of $49.99, or you can make an offer. Okay, we'll begin this week with this vintage 80s Apple Macintosh Rainbow Authorized Surface Center sign, rare. Description says a rare 80s Apple Service Center sign. There are a few scuffs, measures 17.5 inches square, comes with frame. So there's the picture there. So you've got your 6-color Apple logo, registered trademark, authorized service center, and a little oak, looks like got an oak frame. Some lines in there. Those fold lines.
I was just wondering about
right?
that, or if it's something on the glass.
Is it glass?
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just
Look
like a
here.
plastic sign that's in a frame? And it almost looks. You know what? I'm wondering if this
What is
was
that?
outside and it's like some sort of condensation lines that were.
Maybe I don't see any
Because
kind
it
of
looks
glass
like
on
it's something that's dripped down from the top
Yeah.
and kind of solidified on the
see
bottom.
the backing there. I doubt this was outside, but
Okay.
there is something.
Well, I think it was just
Yeah,
not
it would've
stored
been-
well then. But yeah, you're right.
Maybe.
That isn't glass. It's just the print.
I like it. It gives it some character.
Yeah.
To be honest, you have something this old. Yeah, it does look like some kind of like drip marks, and there's a couple little, but it's it's a quality item. Originally, you can see how thick that paint is.
Yeah,
on there.
yeah. This
Even
looks like a
texture.
really well screen printed, where
Mhm.
it is. You can see the texture on the paint.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is very nice, and the colors have held up very well.
Yeah, it's like drips of something that went down it, but
Mhm.
not terribly. And then from a distance, I don't know. I think it's a sharp. I don't know. I like that it's beat up a little bit. I think gives it some character.
Yeah, but is it beat up enough for the amount of money they want?
Ooh. Well, what is that amount of money?
$799.99. Yikes!
Right now, yeah, that's kind of steep. Well, you can make an offer. This one ships from California. So, but here's an idea for something. If you wanted to recreate that, you could do it easily enough, right?
Yeah.
You can get that font, you can get that logo, you can print
Mhm.
it up nicely, and then get some similar frames. So, yeah, you could recreate that for I don't know, under 100.
Oh, easily. Sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see what's next.
All right, so next up, so I was over on Reddit, Vintage Apple, and a user over there, Ixis743, posted this eBay find. It is for a Mac phone telemanagement system model TMS 1000. And if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I was talking about how much I love stuff that's been, kind of beveled to resemble the bevels on a classic compact Mac, the Mac Plus or earlier. Well, that is this Mac phone to a T. It is something that's actually supposed to mount onto the side of your Mac. and it's got a cradle for the. It's a big beige rectangle with a place to hold the phone part of it. But it comes with software also. So the Mac Phone Telemanagement System is a powerful information and management tool. It is ideal for business people, students, homemakers, and anyone who ever uses a telephone. So it's got a phone book, a Mac dialer, electronic memos, clock, personal calendar, and phone log. Save your time. Use the Mac Phone Personal Telephone Directory, area code lookup, and quick dialing capabilities to save time. Plan your time. Record your time. So pretty cool. So this comes with the box, as well as the phone itself, and I'm assuming the software is in there. I was trying to see if there's a picture of the disc. I can't see it offhand, and I'm also trying to see how it actually connects to the computer. I'm assuming through the modem or printer port. Or
I'm
maybe
wondering
even,
about that.
I was wondering if it was maybe even the audio port, as far as
Right.
being able to produce the dial tones, or if it's hooked up serially and making the phone itself do the dial tones for calling out. Either way, very, very cool. I did put a bid in on this back when they started it nice and low. I forget what the original bid was, but it is got 1 day, 11 hours to go, ending this coming Monday. Current bid is $213. It says 36 bids so far. This is coming out of Pittsburgh, Kansas.
Wow. Interesting.
Pretty cool looking,
We had to
right?
do a show on this one time. Yeah, I wonder if we could find out all the details of how this is connected. But obviously, if you do some kind of tone-based thing, how did it do that exactly?
Yeah.
My guess it might even have done it just played.
Oh, here we go.
tones on
No,
your
no, here we go.
speaker. Did you
The-
find it?
On the box, the Mac phone can be used as a standalone telephone without Macintosh control. Installation as a snap. You simply plug the Mac phone into your Macintosh speaker jack and into your
There you
phone
go.
line.
There you go. Cool. For Macintosh lovers only. All right. And let's see. What do we got next? We have
Ooh.
this. Now this, we've done this one before. I
Yeah,
looked it up.
didn't we see another one? Is this the one that's just a shell?
It's the same. Well, I'm not sure what's in it because we don't have any internal pictures, but probably is. But we did this one before last year. I think it was last year. And the prices dropped. They wanted $25,000 for it before. Now it's down to 10. And it ends actually in about under 4 hours from now. I'm sure it'll be relisted, but ships from Clear Lake, California. So this is the Macintosh 2 M5000 prototype server tower. And the reason I bring it up this time is because there's new photos. The other photos, if you recall, they were like poor photos, and they were kind of cut out of the background.
Oh, right. Yes, I remember now. Right.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now the photos, and some of the photos were cut out, and some were not. And there are only 4. Now there's a few more, and they're not cut out anymore. It looks, it's better. The pictures aren't still not that high res, but so let me see. What did the description say on this one? It just said nothing. It said the title: Macintosh 2 M5000 prototype server tower.
I have to say, this is a really beautiful concept. And obviously, some of the elements went into some of their other towers. But no, I really, really like it. It looks like it's a very tall, skinny tower. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Very
not just the
tall.
same case turned on its side, similar to the other one where they actually, the floppy port goes up and down.
Yeah. That's the one blurry photo here. And this right here is kind of a new photo that's very blurry, but you can see the back, and you can see maybe there were some card slots possibly. It just, unfortunately, just super, super blurry. But some of these photos are decent, and they're different from the last time. So just a few more details and a drop in the price from 25 to 10,000. There's still a make an offer Um, this is one where, would they take half? I mean, if this is legit and in good shape and could be shipped, and you wouldn't want to ship this thing. You'd want to pick this one on
Ooh, no,
site.
no, no.
If you could get it
Right.
for half this, maybe, and it was the real deal, what you're looking at here, this is amazing. But I think you'd want to show up on site and check it out before you hand over some amount of thousands of dollars.
Sure.
For it,
Yeah. Yeah.
So anybody located near Clear Lake, California, should contact the owner and see, because again, we've never seen something like this, and this is pictures of this design have existed in design books and places like that. Just never the physical hardware.
Oh, like in that there was that whole book of frog designs of
Yeah.
unused. Yeah. Okay.
Right. It looks like in that picture, like you can see there's a panel missing there, and it's probably empty. I mean, most likely it's empty. Although it could have a power supply, because there are.
I do see the plug. Yeah, you can
So
just
if there's
make
a
out
power
at
supply,
least
maybe
one
there's
plug.
maybe there's a power supply. Maybe there's a board in there.
Yeah, I really wish the seller would have gone to the trouble of taking a few more pictures of, maybe even with the cover off.
Yeah. All right. Well, this ends in about 3.5 hours, so we'll see if it comes back and with even a deeper price cut. Okay. Anybody live near there? Too much for your blood, right?
Clear Lake, California.
All right, let's switch over.
My cats would use it for a scratching toy. Yes.
Okay. Oh, crap. I lost track of my...
Of your links. Yeah, you got to worry. When you do have cats, you have to worry about stuff in your house. Definitely.
All right. Okay, let's go. Let's see. We'll do this and do that, and let's go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to go into the time capsule 20 years ago to April 2002. Mac Addict. You can get the PDF and the disc that accompany this in or at archive.org. The title of the feature article: Unleash Your Mac's Hidden Powers, 10 Easy Ways to Hack Your Mac. Well, we'll quick glance at that. But let's scroll through this episode, this issue, and see the things that caught our eye. I want to go first to page 7, an advertisement by iOmega. They were up to the Zip. Is this a Zip 250 yet? Yes, this is the
Looks
Zip
like it.
250.
Okay.
Got a little cute with their design, a little curved design. Stan knew she was troubled, but he wasn't worried, and so they have a little letter there from somebody to save their data. We need to do an episode on iOmega. Can you believe, if you remember how big iOmega was back then?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They were backup. They were external storage with the Zip 100, the 250, and the Jazz, and they had some other products before they ultimately left the planet. To think that they were so big and not anywhere now. You can't even there. You go to iomega.com and it's like a domain parked site or something. We should do something on that.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
We've talked about it, and we've done other stuff. Kind of the tricks of using an iOmega zip drive.
Yeah, with a Mac Plus, with I get.
And that's worth revisiting too.
Sure. It really is.
Tricks to that. But yeah, it's just amazing when you see how big they were, how far they've fallen. Okay, let's go to page 17, and you wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah. So, one of Steve Jobs' dreams, the whole bicycle for the mind was, basically making stuff, kind of taking, getting rid of the gatekeepers for making stuff. And so here's this kid, 18, and they go through how he made the book Aragon, which was also even made into a movie. I don't know if you remember that or not, but
Mhm.
it talks about, from start to finish, everything was done on the Mac. Creating the cover, creating the book, prepping for print. They go through all the steps that he did, including like did the drawing for the cover, and then tweaked it in Photoshop. Just it's kind of one of those great success stories of
Mhm.
what the Mac allowed. I won't say your average Joe, because at 18 I wasn't writing books, but I think it kind of points to the good things you can do on your computer besides just playing games, which is mostly what I do.
Huh. And that's the same. That's the movie that
Yeah,
had Jeremy Irons in, and
right.
a bunch
Hmm.
of John Malkovich.
Yep.
Rachel Weisz is this voice of the dragon.
How
Wow. And
crazy
it
is
came
that?
from this kid.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do I want to show? Oh, I need to skip back a few pages. I want to go to page 9. Beauty is in the ear of the beholder. The sound
Oh
sticks.
yeah. Hmm.
These were USB sound sticks made by Harman Kardon, and they nicely complemented your Mac because they were all clear, so they look
Hmm.
great next to a Cube or an
Or
iMac.
G4 iMac. Hmm.
Sure, these are still available. I don't know if you can get the USB ones, but you can go on Amazon right now and you can buy.
Wow. Same, still clear.
They just look like the photo on the Amazon listing looks like this. The only difference is the little
Wow.
donuts that the satellites sit on are black, I think, instead of this light gray. And they're not USB. Maybe you can find the USB ones.
Hmm.
You have to do an audio port to this, but you can talk about design. How this
So,
still 20 years
so,
later. Yes.
so just curious. So, USB. Are we talking? It actually did the audio through the USB, or just got
Yes.
power via USB? Okay.
No.
I was just curious.
Yeah, it was a USB audio device. I don't know if they say they're USB enabled. You'd think you could also put an audio jack through them, that they were dual. I don't know.
I would think. Sure.
You'd think, yeah, it would be easy enough to do. But yeah, just something you can still pick these up.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. And I haven't been to a thrift store in a while. Have you? Have you been doing any hunting in thrift stores lately?
They used to be kind of fun for old electronics, but like they won't take old computers anymore.
Oh,
So,
well, this
Mhm.
isn't an old computer, but on the recently cited page, they say, my coworker and I display this thrift store find in our cubicle to ward off intruders. And they've got the latch hook rug with the Apple logo on there. Maybe this is from the kit. The picture is really low res. It looks similar to the ones that
it
I
does.
have.
It looks
I
it
don't know.
looks
It
almost like a
doesn't look as
smaller
pretty.
version of it, though, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Because you look at either that or that yarn is huge compared to the.
I'm leaning back and I'm looking at the one hanging on my wall over there, and I'm just checking. I think unless somebody went through a lot of trouble to make one as close to the actual kit as possible, this is one of those.
Okay, all right.
So talk about wouldn't that be cool? You walk into
Oh
a
my
thrift
gosh,
store.
running into. I don't know if I
How
ever
did you jump
shared
into
the
Jeff?
painting I found at a thrift store, that it was like just an amateur painting that is Apple themed.
Uh-huh.
We'll have to look after the break, see if
Really?
I've got it up here.
Have I seen that before?
We may have to do an episode
Yeah.
on that. Yeah.
Well, the feature article, Unleash Your Mac's Hidden Powers, 10 Sneaky Hacks to Speed Up, Spice Up, and Soup Up Your Mac OS, and they're easier than you think. I was looking through this issue, and I think even if I were in 2002, I'm not sure these would have really done much for me. But there's actually, it's a Quicksilver there.
Yeah, I've got that's what I've got behind me.
Oh, that's what you have behind you.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can't. It looks darker than that from here. It's the shadow or whatever. So a bunch of little hacks that, again, I didn't see. much
I don't. Yeah,
fashion
I don't
back
think
then.
I
I'm not sure there
ever
was much
tried
value
any of these.
now.
Hmm.
Right. Really in the weeds things like customizing your Internet Explorer startup. Really do that. Um, and but so let's move right along. You wanted to show, this shows what were we playing, but more importantly, what were we watching in 2002? We were a hit smash TV show Survivor,
Oh
and they had
yes,
an interactive
REAS.
game.
Hmm. Yeah. So what page is that on again? Oh no, I'll just read it right off of
7.
here. You've got it big enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the snarkiest review I've ever
Mhm.
seen in Mac Addict. Survivor, the interactive game. This is based off the Survivor TV show, and here is the entire review. An utter waste of money and disk space, not worthy of writing another word about. That's it.
Wow.
That's
Just take my
that's
word for
half
it.
the page. Just that is it.
And it's a licensed game and even has the actual people
Likenesses
in it
as well as
from
you
the
could.
original
Yeah.
from the first episode, I guess. Yeah, I mean, you can see the pictures there. You might even remember some of these folks, like Elizabeth.
I do not.
Hasselbeck. I remember her, right? She went on to the View. They did write a few more words. Good news: 1 or maybe 2 of the immunity challenges are kind of fun. We'll see. Graphics circa 1997, in-name gameplay, dialogue loops get old really fast, cheesy in-game cutscenes from the TV show Survivor, which, P.S., we actually like.
Oh, they actually like
That.
Survivor. Okay.
Yeah,
But
but not the game. I don't know. That looks fun right up there. You're pushing the log up the hill. Let's skip ahead to page 82, and this is kind of funny. It's in the Ask Us section. They're asking, I have run out of room on my Apple iDisk. How can I add storage space? And it talks about how the answer says that there's 20 megs of free iDisk space, and how you can buy extra space. Like if you want to,
wow, 20
50
megs.
gigs, you'd pay about 50, or 50 megs would cost you $50 a year. A gigabyte would cost you $1,000 a year. If you want additional storage space. And then what
do we get now? What do we get now for iCloud? We get 5 gigs free, I believe.
Something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can remember back then trying to concatenate different free web storages space. Like AOL, I think would give you 2 megs per email or something, and so you'd have to start linking between websites to try to.
Oh, right.
Back when everybody even needed their own website, right? And people had their own personal websites, and that was kind of a big deal. I'm not sure that's such a big deal anymore unless you've got maybe a business. But yeah, $1,000 for a gig per year. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so back then also, I'm trying to remember. So you could actually use that space to do your own little web page off of that, couldn't you? It wasn't just like storage. You could actually.
Right. You could do whatever you want.
Got it.
In that space.
Yeah, I kind of miss those days. Back when there were all sorts of GeoCities and everything. There's still some stuff like that. I've got a small page on Wix. That's pretty nice, and it's free.
Wasn't there? I was looking for the page. Wasn't there a page of the of what's on the disk? Where is that? Oh, it just says right here. I thought
they talk about that
at the disk.
At the beginning, I believe they've got what's on the disk. It's only like half a page of what's on the disk. Yeah.
So I see it in the contents there, but the disk.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But they didn't use, because I was looking for a review for the one big thing that they are talking about on the disc, which is Myth 3.
Myth 3 demo on the disc. Did you ever play Myth 3?
So I have played Myth 1 and 2. I have not played 3, and I thought maybe next week we could talk about that.
Okay.
It's actually a prequel to the whole storyline that kind of goes through the different myths.
Myth 3 is a prequel, so Myth 3 is like Myth 0.5 or something like that.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I don't think I've played any of the Myth games. Maybe I played a demo one time, but All right, so
So
that's next week. What?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But one of the other things I was going to mention in the book is I was looking at. I like to see if what's kind of still out there with web based and on page 66 they talk about a game called Lineage, the Blood Pledge, and I was just curious to see because it is that's an like online RPG, so subscription
Uh
based, so
huh.
it's just like multiplayer online.
Uh huh.
And so I went to that website, couldn't find anything, so I went to Internet Archive, and they, believe it or not, those games live on.
Hmm.
There is, oh man, I thought I put it down. Anyway, so yes, you can find the Lineage line there. They still have several ongoing games with that Lineage thing. It's kind of
Really?
a fantasy role playing. Yeah,
Wait a minute.
I just
They're
thought that was kind of
ongoing,
cool
like
that
they're
there's
actively being managed.
yes,
Yeah. Oh.
yes.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
and again, I thought I had put the link to who they are now,
Oh.
because if you go into the Wayback Machine and you put in
Hmm.
this link, you have to go back to like 2006, and it
Hmm.
says redirecting to this other web page, and you go there, and it's a current game page, and they've got a handful of online multiplayer games still.
Wow. Amazing.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Well, that was Mac Addict, April 2002. You can download this one and all the issues at archive.org. Huh. Okay.
Oh, here it is. It
Yep. Oh,
is.
you found it.
Oh, yeah, hang on. Oh, I lost it again.
Ah, so close. Okay, we're going to move on to the news. Let's,
Oh, the NC Soft. That's it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go in 3, 2, 1. It's time for the news. We got another big event coming up, the Apple Worldwide Developers Conference. We like to call it WWDC. It is all virtual again.
Mm.
This would be the third year in a row, right? I think that's all virtual. Which means more people can participate, right? The good news. But I'm sure everybody that used to go there in person loved that option. June 6th through June 10th. Of course, if you're not a developer, and just like the rest of us, then the reason this is important because we might have some big announcements, not just announcements of the new operating systems across the board and what they might bring, but what hardware might come along to run them.
Mm.
And I don't know, what are the rumors? Did you see the rumor? There was, I guess, some spec leak about a charger that has a second port on it, so you can charge more than one thing at one time and do it very quickly. If that's all that's going to come out of this, then it's going to be a bust. But at least that's something. I mean, there's all of the third-party chargers and battery pack, and there's a huge ecosystem of alternative chargers for your Macs and iPods and iPhones and whatever, that Apple would say, hey, we could do that too. We can actually make some cool stuff that's a little more versatile.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That does signify a little bit of a pivot for them, because they almost never really given much consideration to that market. We got our Mac Studio. We just need the real Mac Pro.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever desktop system they end up coming up with.
Yeah. I wonder if it's time for that. I think it's got to be this year sometime, and there's no time like now or June.
I'm afraid to see how much they would be charging for it, considering how much they charge for the base unit Mac Studio.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. It'll be pricey. Question is how big will it be? Will it be expandable like traditional Pros? I don't know. But
oh yeah. So Charks mentioned one thing is that's the Swift logo. So
it is.
So Charks is wondering if that's going to be they're doing something to the language. So that's a That's a very good suggestion.
Was the logo
Nice.
was it like that? Did it have all the colors like that, or is that
I
stylized?
don't.
Is it presented
I think
differently? I
it's
don't
been
remember it being.
stylized, right? I
Yeah,
mean, that's basically the Apple logo colors kind of around it.
yeah, yeah. Hmm. All right. Um, we had this as an eBay find a
Now
number of weeks
this
ago.
this was purchased by Michael Mulhern, right?
Yeah, yeah. Is he in here with us? Did he
Yeah,
get
he
over
was
that?
earlier. 50
Did he
Shades of
get that other
Beige.
one? Did he get the
No, he did
sales?
not. He did not. But he did say that other
Oh,
one he found on our Internet
oh,
Archive already at a nice
it was
600
already
DPI
scanned.
scan. Yes.
Ah, yes.
So I'll be
Okay.
looking for
All right.
that.
Okay. Well, anyway, he got this one. This was that binder, Macintosh Office Technical Procedures, and he has uploaded them. Um, Post the link right here in the chat, and so there's just the high-res scan of the binder itself, right? And then you can, of course, delve into the 300 some pages, 412 pages. I think everything you want to know about the original. I think this is the original laser writer. So,
Wow.
yeah, he went through all that time
Yeah, Michael did a
scanning
great job
page
scanning
by
this in. It is
page.
beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah,
beautifully
and
done.
look at that. So you can figure out how to open up the detailed parts, and just my gosh, the amount of work that went into preparing this document, and then of course scanning it too. So um, there it is, all in the Internet Archive. And let's see, one more thing here I want to talk about. A number of places broke this, but I'll point over here to 9 to 5 Mac. Mac emulators for System 7 and Mac OS 8 run on M1 Macs in a web browser. And not just M1 Macs. I mean, I'm not running an M1 Mac, but I can run these too. And
Mm-hmm,
so,
mm-hmm.
so you got System 7, System 8 emulators, and the creator is Mihai Parparita. It's based on James Friend's in-browser ports of Basilisk 2 and the PCE emulators.
That's great.
And yeah, and so we'll go ahead and open one here. So here's System 7. Oh. I was going to show it. Let me see if I can. Here, let's reload this thing and see. Watch it how fast it boots up. Look at this. That's fast.
That's great. That's great.
And so I messed around with this earlier. I think I was on my phone actually messing around with it. It becomes a little trickier to manage on a phone, but here I can go through and let's see. Let's open up a folder and see what's going on. I got some games in there.
So you said it was hard to use on a phone. What? I'm curious.
Well, because you don't have the
well,
precision with your finger.
well, that's what I'm saying is you can now that you can use a mouse with your iPad.
Oh yeah. If
Would
you had
it
a mouse
be?
with it. Yeah. So yeah, it's it's preloaded with lots of different software on it.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's some things you got to mess around with. I was trying some of these. You have to like switch color resolutions and
Well, just like you did with the actual games, right? I mean,
yeah. So let's see. What do you want to see? Anything? Productivity? You want to run ClarisWorks? See how that works.
That's great. That is great.
Yeah.
Speaking of emulators, Derek Warren and I were a little concerned about Mini VMAC Creator because he has not updated anything. He hasn't had any like news or anything in a year now, and he was somebody who regularly updated things. So if anyone knows anything about him, we'd love to hear.
Yeah, this is
from RetroMacCast.
It's amazing how it's just super responsive. Now where you're gonna start running into problems, perhaps. I don't. Yeah, that's the question. 50 Shades of Beige is like what happens if you try to save something? Where does it go? Let's try it. Let's save as. What happens here? Well, let's try to save it to the desktop. And where is that? How does that exist? So
Right.
let's just save something right here and see what happens. It did save it. So there it is. It saved it.
But do you
See
see it
where-
on the desktop? You say you saved it on the desktop, right?
Yeah, we'll go look in a
I
second. I
didn't
want to
see-
see where
there
else
it
we
is.
can.
Okay.
I want to see if there's access to anywhere else, just the desktop. Yeah. Let's
Well,
see.
we'll go to what is the outside world? Does that
What is the outside world? That is a good
Yeah.
question. I don't know.
because it looks like a
Find out.
server, so does it can you
Yeah,
actually
there's
link
RMC.
that? Uh-huh.
So where does that go? Downloads. There's a downloads folder. There's a saved folder.
Well, so here's the thing: try to drag that into your downloads folder, and
Okay.
see if it actually
Oh, and you
downloads
think that'll
it
show
to
up in
your.
my-
That's what I'm wondering.
What happens now? Did
Oh,
it
what
show
did it
up
say?
over here
What did it say?
someplace on my downloads folder?
That would be pretty awesome.
Let me go look. I don't see anything.
Ah,
I don't know where.
well, but I do see you saved it on the desktop. So here's the question: Is
Did it
if
show
I
up in
go
your
there,
downloads folder?
what's that?
Huh? Did it show up in your downloads folder? What?
Well, I'm wondering if it saves that, like in like a cache on the web page on your.
I don't know.
So like if
maybe
you
we just have
leave
to
and
read
come
the
back, if
description.
it's still there.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Well, here, let's run system 8, and then we'll go back to system. Let's run system 8, which is just system8.app. And thought it was. Then I typed the wrong thing. Let's try this.
No,
There we
Mac
go.
OS 8.
Oh,
Okay.
Mac OS 8. All right, there we go. And there it is. I wonder if the outside world is the same if I can transfer it. No, it's not. But here's 8.
So
you
you're
see
gonna
that.
Right?
Right, and you got stuff in
Graphics.
here, software, graphics. Look at that, graphic
Oh, nice.
converter,
Oh,
all kinds of cool
Oh,
Photoshop.
Bryce, nice.
Look at all this stuff.
Photoshop 3. Wow, that's
run
what I
that.
started
How
with.
fast does that run? Yeah, I mean, oh my goodness. Let's see how fast that gets going on. Pretty snappy. Look at that.
Yeah,
there you
it
go.
really is.
Now, how do you get stuff in there? So yeah, here the key must be here, right? Getting stuff in and out of this world. Where is that? Somebody figure that out. I'm sure it's there. And
Is there a README
reload.
on there? As 50
it says
Shades
right
points
here.
out.
It says to add additional files, simply drag them onto the screen. They'll appear in the. Oh, so if I wanted a picture, like so, here's an image. Here's an image. I'm going to drag it onto the screen, and it's placed in the downloads folder. So there,
Okay.
I just dragged that on there. Doesn't
Right.
recognize it. It's just a JPEG file. So that is the way. Yeah, you just drag it off.
Conversely,
and-
to get folder and files out of the Mac, you can put
you
them
just
in the
drag it
uploads
out?
folder. A zip archive with them will
Yeah.
be generated and downloaded to your browser.
Look at
So,
that.
and then files in the save folder will be saved across emulator runs. So,
Very cool.
yep.
Oh,
So yes, as Michael has pointed out, RTFM.
well, I just I guess you have to put it in the saved folder. It's probably where if you want to keep it across runs, because it didn't save the desktop. I just reloaded System 7. So yeah, so they did account for some of that. Awesome. Wow. Why are we collecting all this old hardware again?
Because it's fun.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. Well, take a
Oh,
look.
wait, so I have
Yeah.
one more newsy news thing, and this reason
Okay.
I'm wearing the Kansas Fest shirt today.
Oh, yeah.
Is because Kansas Fest for 2022 has been announced as a dual in-person and remote event. So they will be practicing, safe distancing. They're going to be, making it easier to keep distance. The amount of people in a room will be limited. So double rooms will be by request. If not, it's a single person per room. Streaming of the talks in different locations to encourage social distancing, so you don't necessarily have to. You can be virtual while you're there if you want. The inclusion of virtual talks during the events to avoid pressure and attend in person, free hand sanitizer, mask in all meetings, full refund of your registration cost if you test positive for COVID or have related symptoms. So they are being really proactive, and it's very nice that, if you get tested, you will get a refund because, it is quite a bit of money to put out for the event when you go in person. So.
Now, can you register yet?
No, 15th. So in 5 days, April
Okay.
15th is when registration opens.
There you go. All right, and you are going.
I do plan to go.
You do
Yes.
plan.
Because obviously I wasn't able to go the last 2 years, and the year before that I had cancer and wasn't able to go.
Oh.
So I'm looking very forward to being there in person.
All right, kansasfest.org is where you want to go. Okay. Anybody else from the chat going to Kansas Fest? Okay. Well, let's sign off. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. All right. End of another episode. Glad to be back after a quick vacation of sorts. Next week, at least John, maybe me, we'll see. Myth 3 is the
Wolf
target.
Age.
Yes. See how that holds up. You've played the others, so you'll know how it fits in, with the story. And what are you going to try to play it on?
My G4 Titanium, tie book. But I will also see if the newer installer that a team came up with a newer installer to play Myth and Myth 2 levels on Intel Macs and newer PCs. So I'm going to see if that also works for this. So if so, that way other people who maybe want to play but don't have the old hardware can hopefully still play it. So
games like that, they're in that sort of that era where you're going to have like actual hardware. Like emulation is probably not going to do it. Those games that are.
They were too processor intensive, right? Yeah, because that was like a nice 3D/2D
right.
game. Mm-hmm.
Right. They want like dedicated graphics processors.
And we'll talk about the fact that Bungie was always really good about making things accessible for people to try to do stuff. But we'll talk about that more of that next week.
Mm-hmm. And just in the Retro Computing Roundtable podcast is going to be recording in about 6 hours.
Awesome. I'm going to set a timer for that because I have yet to be able to watch it live. They do what we do, which, we got the idea from them. Thank you. Of doing the live recording. Yeah.
All right.
Michael, do you want to put the URL for where people can view that in the comments?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's on YouTube. Probably just search Retro Computing Roundtable.
Streaming on YouTube.
Okay, there.
Great.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you next week. Right?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Okay. Until next week. Until next week, it's not old.
It's retro.
All right. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. Anything else we need to talk about? I don't think so.
No, I think we're good. Thank you,
well, thanks
as always,
for
everyone.
man.
It is good stuff.
Okay, let's
time to get more
play
coffee.
it out. I'm gonna play it out.
Thanks for listening to the RetroMacCast with James and John. Email listener comments and questions to retromaccast@gmail.com or post comments on our website at www.retromaccast.com.